What is up, guys? I know you were looking at the thumbnail and you were like, what the actual heck is this guy talking about? Why are you talking about PHP generated apples? I mean, nigga damn. But like, what I'm actually going to be showing you guys is some really nice concepts in PHP, and I really try to do this in the most fun way possible, which is exactly how coding should actually be. It shouldn't be something you feel that is really difficult. It should be something fun and easy. And if you like that approach, then be sure to demolish that subscribe button. We are almost at 800 subscribers, which is amazing. But let's keep it going, and let's keep it rolling. So what I have for you guys is like almost like, in JavaScript you do have your event. We also have a certain version. Oh, look at that change. We also have another version of that in PHP, where we don't really have the events as such, but we do have something to check on actions you have actually done. And we are also going to do this generate fruits function, where you get random fruits generated for you, which will actually give you a really good understanding of how loops work in PHP. So let's get to it. I mean, talk is cheap. Show me the code. So I'm running this on my local host. So first off, I'm using Sublime Text Editor. So I'm just going to clear everything in here, as well as in here, and just save that and save that as well. So if I save this as well and head back to my browser, if I refresh this, we have nothing, which is perfect. Okay, so let me just generate a basic HTML boilerplate as such, and I'm just going to say PHP is dope. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, first of all, I want the button element to be generated. So what I want to do is, I'm going to create a center tag in here. Then in here, I need an actual form. So I'm just going to type in form. Then I'm going to do for the action, for the first one, I am going to do index.php, which is just telling it that the functionality that will handle this form, you'll find the code right here on this page. So, and then the method, you have two methods. You usually have post and get, but post is more secure, so let's do that. And then in the form, I'm not going to have any inputs. I'm just going to have a button. So I'm just going to do button, and then I'm just going to give this a type of submit, and I'm going to do a value of submit, and finally I'm going to also give it a name of submit. Okay, then in here I'm just going to say generate. I'm just going to say generate red apple. Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect, completely perfect. So I no need to redo this. Let me just copy this. Okay, so let me just give it a break tag right there, and then same thing. So for this, I'm just going to change this to fruits, and the method is still post, and instead of red apples, I'm just going to do generate a random fruits. So let's just save this and check out what we have so far. Okay, so we have some ugly ass buttons. So next, we want to actually write the code for this stuff. So what we are doing is, first we want to check if this user has clicked on whatever button, be it generates the red apple or generates random fruits. So let's open up some PHP tags. Okay, then in here, I'm just going to check if this user clicked this. So I'm just going to do an if an if statement. Then in here I'm going to do is set, which usually it's just really checking if that value has been set. So basically, if this particular element has been clicked, then in here you can pass in the global variable post, so that way you can get the data you have from your form. So we're checking if the submit has been clicked. You do realize that this is going to be handling only the first form, because we actually, if you do remember, we set the form action to index.php. So let's get rid of this. Then once we have checked if this has been submitted, has been clicked, maybe let's just test it out with an echo. Let me test it out with an echo saying yay, clicked. Let's start. So let me just click on this. Yay, clicked. So okay, we're good to go at this point. So what I want to do is, because I already want by default to have an apple being displayed on the user interface, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a div right here, and then I'm just going to transfer all the PHP code into the div. Then I just want to do some styling, just a little bit of style. So I'm just going to do some internal styling. So first I want to do some globals. So let me just change the font family to serif himself. Okay, then I'm just going to affect all the buttons, because that is an ugly ass button. So I'm just going to give it a width of like, I don't know, 150 pixels. Okay. Then a height of like, let's just say 50 pixels. And then we're going to say a background color of crimson. And then I'm going to do a box shadow of like 1 pixel, and I'm just going to do black. And then I'm just going to change the cursor to pointer, border, I want it to be none, so none, and I also don't want no outline. Okay, so we're pretty much done for the button. Then what I want to do next is that inside that div I want this apple to be huge, so I'm just going to do a font size. Let's do 80. Is that 80 too huge? Well, we'll see. Then I want also to display flex. Not really, not really. This is pretty much done for this part. Okay, so let's get back to that PHP. So if this has been clicked, first I want to do, you can actually change your statement to false in PHP by just adding this exclamation mark. So I want such that if you haven't clicked this, you already have something on your UI. So I'm going to echo out, okay, I'm going to echo out an apple, a green apple. So let me just look for that right now. So let's type in, alright, it's right there. Okay, and I probably want to do this in a H1 so it's actually larger. Like that. And then I want to do an else statement, which means that this actually has been clicked, because if this statement is no longer like not clicked, then it means it has been clicked. It's that simple. Then I want to change this to a red apple. So right here, I just do red. Alright, perfect. So let's check this out. Open it up in our browser and refresh. Okay, so you have these dope ass buttons, but let me just change a little bit something. Okay, I'm just going to do color of like white, and then I'm going to do some inline styling for the second one. So right here I'm just going to do a style, and I want this to be custom, so I'm just going to do a background. No. Let me just do blue, just like that, straight up. Okay, that's much better. But I also want this to be at the center, so let's still do display flex for measure display flex, and then justify content to the center. Perfect. What did I just do? Center. Okay, so let's test it out and see if it actually works. So let me just hit generate red. No, something's off here. Okay, the apple is green. Then once I hit on generates red apple, voila, you see the change. So that's basically how you can do, like, check if an element has been clicked. So let's do that and go a little further and kind of have fun with this, generate something dope. So if I hit on fruits, nothing is there because we haven't actually created anything in this page. So let's go ahead and do that. So same thing, and I say generate. So in here, what I want to have for the UI, maybe let me do a H1 and just say generate random fruits. Okay, so in here we have this for the user interface, and we already have the button in the index.html. So I think we're pretty much ready to go for PHP. Let's just create a div right there and then do some styling. So for this, the style we are going to apply is just basically for the div. No, let me just do some globals. Okay, now let's go to the div. First of all, I want this to be display flex, and I want the flex direction to be raw so that the fruits can actually be displayed across the screen but not vertically. So I'm going to do flex direction raw, and then I'm just going to say justify content align, justify content center. Okay, so okay, one more thing, one space between this, so justify content space between. Okay, so let's actually get to the actual PHP code itself. So first of all, let's open up those PHP tags. Okay, then in here, what I want to do is that first of all, I want to create an array. So I'm just going to say these nuts. Okay, then let's do an array of some. Okay, so maybe okay. Oh, eggplant. No, let's do a watermelon. What else? A tomato. Let me just create. I want like 10, so let me just do this. Okay, so basically let's just put fruit in here now. So what else? Come on, give me fruits, guys. Let's do. Alright, so now maybe an orange. Okay, let's do. Okay, there's no guavas in these emojis, so let's do a banana. Okay, let's do an eggplant. Okay, let's do, come on, fruits. What do people eat as fruits? Okay, okay, I don't know, like lemon or something. Okay, let's do tangerine. Okay, no such thing. Now I'm putting vegetables in. I mean, still gonna work though. Okay, and maybe what else? You know what? I'm going overboard. Whatever works. Okay, maybe like no, these nuts. Okay, so we got our array right there. I'm just going to clean this up a bit. So we got an array. We can always print this out, but that was not the goal. We want this to be printed out. So let's create a loop for this. So this is what I really want you to focus on, because it's simple and it's really amazing what you can do with this. So let's do a while loop. So I want to set up a count. So I'm just going to say variable count is 0. Okay, so in the condition I'm just going to check for this. So I'm just going to check if variable count is less than 10, right? So what you can actually do is, like in a PHP array, not even a PHP array, general arrays, there is an indexing, so you can print something at whatever index. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to echo okay, so I want to echo these nuts. So these nuts, but I want, for the index, I want to pass in variable count, so that whatever index that will be on, it will actually print out. But there's a problem with this code, because variable count will never be 10. It will always be 0, because that's how you defined it, and it's not really gonna change. So what I want to do is I want to increment this. So each time this loop runs and the condition is still false, I want them to increment my variable count, like such. All right. Okay, so this looks okay, because it will increment and it will print this with whatever index. Okay, so let's check it out. Okay, so generate random fruits, and voila. Okay, let's just make this a bit bigger and center this up. So I thought I created this for the div. Okay, let's do fonts. Let's do a font size of like 80 pixels. And I'm just going to put this like there, like such, and voila. Always make sure your code is like clean and just looks nice, no one likes terrible code. Okay, so we have this let's refresh. But you see, like, the order stays exactly the same. You're not actually getting anything generated but in random. So that's a huge problem right there. That's a huge problem right there, because we wanted to spice this up and make sure that it's being generated randomly. But okay, Okay, so to do this, we have a random function in PHP, a method, sorry. So I'm just going to replace this with that. So I need something to be generated for me randomly, but I also want it to be within my parameters. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to like, okay, but you now have how loops work. At least you have a beautiful idea of how loops works and how you can implement them. So for this, I'm going to do 1 to no no 1 to 10, yeah, 1 to 10, or like between 0 and 10, and something should happen. I really think, I hope you guys already know what's gonna happen. Yep, and a really huge error right there. Right there, we have a huge error. Okay, so there's an error, fatal error, call to undefined on line 32. Well, what's happening? What's happening? So you should have already like figured out why this happened, because you can just do this. You typed in random. What the hell is random? For PHP, you have rand, not random. But if you guys didn't pick that up, then it's alright. But still, we're still going to get something amazing from this. So if I refresh this, as you can see, the order keeps changing, and really get a random sequence each and every time I refresh my page. So that was just like a small bit. So we're going to be doing tutorials on this like almost on a daily basis, so that you can get your skills really sharp in PHP, in like this bit-sized videos that actually explain core concepts. So if you like this, please demolish that subscribe button so severely and give me a like for the YouTube algorithm. That's it for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one.